born to lead, some are born to follow. But Aleora, she was born without a place to belong. From the moment she opened her eyes, the world treated her differently. A girl born into poverty, with no power, no wolf, and no father. Her mother never spoke of him, never once whispered his name. The silence around her past was heavier than any secret. Life was never easy for Aleora. The world of werewolves was built on dominance, power, and bloodlines, and she had none. To everyone else, she was just a fragile human girl. But what she lacked in strength, she made up for in determination. While others trained under the full moon, she stayed indoors, helping her mother, studying late into the night, and dreaming of a life beyond the small, forgotten town where she was raised. Her mother, Alina, was kind but guarded. Every time Aleora asked about her father, Alina's expression shifted. Fear, regret, pain. "He left us," was all she would ever say. But Aleora could feel there was more to the story. Much more. Then, on a quiet morning, everything changed. Aleora opened the old wooden mailbox and found a crisp white envelope with golden lettering. Crestmoon University, admission confirmed. Her heart stopped. Crestmoon University was no ordinary school. It was the heart of werewolf society. The strongest clans, the wealthiest families, the most powerful alphas, all walked those halls. For a powerless girl like Aleora, this was more than a chance. It was an open door to a dangerous world. Her first day was overwhelming. Towering gates carved with ancient wolf sigils welcomed her in, and the campus was alive with chatter, laughter, and subtle displays of power. Everywhere she looked, she saw wolves. Not literal ones, but students born into bloodlines of dominance. They walked with pride, their scents marking their status. Humans like her were rare and unwanted. And then she saw him. Kalen, the university's youngest vice-chancellor. Tall, commanding, and far too handsome for comfort. His presence silenced the courtyard as he walked past, his eyes glowing faintly gold, an alpha's mark. For a brief second, his gaze locked with hers. Something unspoken passed between them, something she couldn't explain. She looked away quickly, but the moment was burned into her memory. Aleora didn't know it yet, but Crestmoon University would change her life forever. The secrets buried in her blood, the power she didn't know she possessed, and the enemies she hadn't yet met. Everything was waiting for her in this place. And somewhere in the shadows, fate was already watching. He wasn't like anyone she had ever seen. Kalen Arden, the youngest vice-chancellor in Crestmoon's history. Known for his brilliance, feared for his dominance, and whispered about in every corner of the campus. Students said his bloodline came from the oldest Alpha clan. Some claimed his wolf could level entire packs with a single command. But Aleora, she didn't believe in rumors. At least, not until his golden eyes locked with hers. Aleora thought she could slip through Crestmoon unnoticed, just another face among thousands. But Kalen noticed her. At first, it was subtle, the way his gaze lingered a little too long, the faint curve of his lips whenever she walked past, the way his alpha aura seemed to wrap around her like invisible threads. She avoided his eyes. She kept her head down, but every instinct screamed that something dangerous was unfolding. Where there is power, envy follows. Liliovray, daughter of one of the wealthiest alpha families, gorgeous, cunning, and terrifyingly spoiled. Her family practically ran the Northern Territories, and she was used to getting everything she wanted. She had wanted Kalen for years, but Kalen's eyes were on someone else now, and that someone was Aleora. It started with whispers, snide comments in the cafeteria, sharp stares in lecture halls, but Lily wasn't satisfied with insults. One evening, Aleora was walking back from the library when shadows closed in behind her. "Going somewhere, little human?" Lily's voice dripped with venom as she stepped forward, flanked by 4 werewolf friends. Before Aleora could answer, claws unsheathed, and Lily's eyes burned bright. They struck fast. Shadows lunged, claws flashed, and Aleora stumbled to the ground. She had no wolf, no strength, no way out. She braced herself for the pain, but before it came, a thunderous growl erupted behind them. The ground trembled. A commanding alpha presence filled the air, so strong it made even Lily's wolves hesitate. Kalen had arrived. In seconds, Kalen had overpowered Lily's pack, his dominance radiating like fire. None dared challenge him, but when he turned to Aleora, something unexpected happened. She stumbled forward, weak and shaken, and her lips brushed him by accident. Kalen froze, then, without hesitation, deepened the kiss. Time stopped, the air burned, and then it happened. Aleora's body began to tremble violently, silver light pulsing around her. Behind her, a shadowed silver wolf emerged, translucent and glowing. Kalen caught her before she collapsed. He stared at her unconscious form, mind racing. A human with a silver wolf. Impossible. Unheard of. He carried her away, his alpha instincts tangled with confusion and curiosity. Somewhere deep down, he knew. Aleora was no ordinary girl. This was destiny, and destiny had teeth. Kalen couldn't sleep. The memory of Aleora's silver wolf haunted him. A human girl, manifesting the rarest wolf spirit in existence? Impossible. Unthinkable. And yet he had seen it with his own eyes. He summoned his most trusted informant, Darius, a rogue wolf skilled in secrets and shadows. "Find out everything about her," Kalen ordered, his voice sharp as steel. "Where she came from, who her parents are. Leave nothing buried." Meanwhile, Aleora woke up in an unfamiliar room. Soft linen sheets, polished mahogany walls, moonlight spilling through high windows. She wasn't in her dorm anymore. She was in Kalen's private residence. Confusion hit first, then fear. Then, flashes of memory. Lily's attack, Kalen's wolf, the kiss, the silver wolf. "What am I?" she whispered to herself. Days later, Darius returned with the results of his investigation. Kalen read through every document, every detail, until his hands clenched the edges of the report so tightly the paper nearly tore. Aleora was not fully human. Her father was once an alpha, Raynor Valen, of the Shadowfang clan, but her mother, Elena, was human. Years ago, Raynor fell victim to a forbidden charm cast by another woman, Seraphine Ovray, Lily's mother. Seraphine's deception had bound Raynor's heart and mind, making him believe she carried his true heir. But Lily was not his daughter. The spell had blinded him to the truth. Aleora was his real bloodline. Kalen found Aleora by the training grounds and handed her the file. She hesitated, her hands trembling as she flipped through the pages. Her father's name, her mother's exile, the forbidden charm, Lily's deception. Every truth she had been denied came crashing down in a single moment. "So Lily's mother stole my father from us," she whispered, tears stinging her eyes. Kalen's expression softened, but his voice remained steady. "She stole his mind, Aleora, but his blood, his power, they live in you." If Aleora had a silver wolf spirit, she needed control. Kalen took it upon himself to train her personally. Day after day, he pushed her beyond her limits, running through the forest under moonlight, learning to sense energy and awakening instincts she never knew she had. At first, her wolf resisted her, but slowly, she began to connect with it. "Feel it," Kalen's voice echoed in her ears. "Not with your body, with your blood." But Lily wasn't done. Blinded by jealousy, she went to the Shadowfang clan elders, twisting the story, accusing Aleora of being a human imposter trying to claim a throne she didn't deserve. Lily demanded they strip Aleora of her place before she even earned it. Unknowingly, she walked into her own downfall. Kalen called for a gathering, a grand alpha banquet. The room was filled with the most powerful leaders of every clan. Lily arrived with her mother, confident that Aleora's humiliation would be complete. But Kalen had prepared everything. Darius revealed the forbidden charm before the entire council. Ancient scrolls, wolf blood records, and spell remnants exposed the truth. Seraphine Ovray had deceived everyone. Lily was not of Shadowfang blood. Aleora was the true heir. The spell shattered, releasing Raynor from decades of manipulation. He stared at Seraphine with horror and fury. "What have you done?" he whispered. Lily and Seraphine were disgraced. Raynor reclaimed his place, and Aleora, for the first time in her life, she felt the pull of destiny in her veins. She wasn't just a human girl anymore. She wasn't powerless. She was the Silver Wolf, and her story was only the beginning. Aleora's nights were restless. Her dreams were filled with visions she didn't understand, flashes of silver fire, a blood-red moon, and shadowed wolves bowing before her. Each time she awoke, her wolf stirred, restless and wild, whispering instincts she couldn't control. Kalen noticed her struggles. Though his words were calm, his golden alpha eyes revealed concern. "Your wolf is calling you to something greater," he told her softly. "But if you don't master it, it will master you." Far beyond Crestmoon's borders, in the cursed ruins of the Bloodfang clan, a figure stirred. Alpha Draven, Kalen's sworn rival, had heard whispers of a silver wolf heir. To Draven, Aleora wasn't just a threat. She was the key to fulfilling an ancient prophecy that could destroy every clan. "Find the girl," he commanded his warriors. "Bring her to me alive." Kaelin intensified Aleora's training. Under moonlit forests, they fought side by side, learning the rhythm of wolf combat: claws, speed, dominance, instinct. But the bond between them was deepening beyond alpha and student. Every glance lingered longer, every touch carried fire. Yet Kaelin kept his distance, restrained by duty and desire. "Control the wolf," he murmured during one session, his hand steadying hers as silver energy sparked between their skin. Lily had been humiliated at the banquet, her family disgraced, her mother's deceit exposed. But humiliation breeds vengeance. She aligned herself with Alpha Draven, offering secrets about Crestmoon's defenses in exchange for revenge against Aleora. "If I can't be Luna," Lily hissed, "then neither will she." In the archives beneath Crestmoon, Kaelin and Aleora discovered ancient scrolls written in moon-engraved silver ink. The prophecy spoke of a silver wolf born of mixed blood, destined to unite or destroy the clans. "When the shadowed moon bleeds, the silver heir shall rise. Bound to the Alpha by fire and soul, she will either lead them into light or drown the packs in eternal war." Kaelin's expression hardened. Aleora's hands shook. Neither spoke the fear they both felt. Draven's warriors struck under the cover of night. Aleora and Kaelin were returning from training when shadows exploded from the tree line, snarling and clawing. Wolf aura surged, her silver spirit fighting alongside her, instinct taking control. But then, Draven appeared, towering, crimson-eyed, power radiating like a storm. "Come with me, Silver Wolf, or watch your alpha die." For the first time, Aleora surrendered completely to her wolf. Silver energy exploded from her body as her spirit wolf merged with her form, transforming her into something unseen for centuries, the Silver Wolf battle form. Her speed doubled, her claws glimmered like blades of moonlight, her roar shook the earth itself. Even Draven stepped back. Draven retreated, but his message was clear. This was only the beginning. Kaelin tended to Aleora's wounds in silence, his golden eyes locked on hers. For the first time he saw not just a girl, but a force that could reshape the future of all clans. "The prophecy isn't about me," Aleora whispered. "It's about us." Kaelin's jaw tightened. "Then we face it, together." Aleora had unlocked her power. The prophecy had awakened. But far away, Alpha Draven gathered allies, and Lily stood at his side, her hatred burning brighter than ever. The clans would soon be forced to choose a side, and Aleora's Silver Wolf would either save them all or destroy everything. Kaelin summoned the leaders of the Crescent, Shadowfang, and Moonveil clans to